you didn't tell me. Yes.
Coach Moore not coming? What? Is this extra?
Yes.
Can I have this?
Yes.
You gave me one and I lost it.
Yeah, and I put one up here too, so if we lose it.
Oh no. This is the. Okay, here, find it. Where's everybody at? Is Coach Moore not here?
I figured she probably is somewhere. Okay.
Oh no, 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 not yet.
Hurry up.
It's not. It's 7 o'clock.
Hurry up.
What? Don't start yet.
Test, test. Yeah, Coach Elam, you didn't get the memo. Yeah, we need to balance this out with a male on this side, so. All right. I'd like to welcome all of you to the 2020-2021 All Sports Banquet here at Oktaha. Wow, what a crazy year, you know, with COVID, all the protocols and the cancellations and the rescheduling and the, you know, it's from all of that to the triumphs and the heartbreaks down the stretch, we made it. You know, it's one of those things that you look back and you think, holy cow, how did we get to play, first of all, to start the year, and then to end the way we did, you know. It says a lot about what we have here with our community and all of you guys. So it's been an awesome year to be a Tiger. So before we recognize the athletes and teams here tonight, I'd like to take a moment to thank several people who make it all possible. You know, the school board, administration, you know, Mr. Needham, Coach Burt, Mr. Henson, you know, Ms. Holt, Sally Walker, Lisa Heifel, Sue Brannon, Carrie Fulton. I know you're about to pull your hair out all day today and yesterday, but, you know, we really appreciate what you guys do for us. The teachers and staff in a number of capacities, whether it be, you know, behind the scenes, making meals for us, taking pictures for us, you know, all the things that you guys do, it doesn't go unnoticed. From our tech support, again, Carrie Fulton, you know, you guys that weren't able to go to some of the games live, you could see it online. That was awesome to be able to stream, you know, all of our events online. Carrie Fulton, Kat, and Blake Yarbrough, we appreciate you guys for all you do for us. And the voice of the Tigers, Rowdy Fuel, basketball and softball games. And Johnny, we appreciate you. Ricky Allen, Blake Cantwell, you know, helping get everything set up, last moment's notice. I call Ricky and say, hey, we got to do this, and he's on it, and it's done, and we don't have to worry about it. So, you know, I'd like to thank those guys as well. Parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, you know, all of you guys play an important role every day, and you guys are kind of the unsung heroes at the house. So we appreciate you guys. And last but not least, the coaches and student athletes. You know, I've been a part, now going on 24 years, and it's probably the best coaching staff I've ever been a part of. I'll just be really honest with you. From, sports, I've never been with a coaching staff that works so well together. We've got each other's back. We're always supporting each other, and that's the way it should be. So I really appreciate you guys. So without further ado, Carly Fool, could you come up, please? She's going to give our invocation, and then we'll start with Mr. Needham will present the Tia Needham Award, Scholarship Awards, and then we'll present the team awards after that.
Bow with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here today to let us gather and celebrate the things over the year. Lord, as some of us move on to new places and some stay here, just please keep your hand over us for protection and keep us out of harm's way. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
As Coach Rodden said, what a pleasure if you heard or if you attended the graduations. What a pleasure to be at Oktaha during the year that we've had. Amazing. You guys have stepped up, and you guys means everyone that's here tonight. Stepped up and done a tremendous job. Your grace, your understanding of what we had to deal with this year has been amazing, and we're very appreciative of that. And Coach Rodden, I want to agree with you. I've been here longer than you have, and excluding Mr. Burt now, not counting him, but probably the best coaching staff that we've had here since I've been here, as far as relationships and as far as all having a common goal no matter what sport there was. Tonight, I won't take a lot of your time. My dad was T.N. Needham. Years ago, Richard Merritt started a T.N. Needham Award, and I've chosen to continue that. And what it amounts to is this: if you are old enough to have been here during that time, I was not Mr. Needham. He was Mr. Needham. If I ever go back to Canadian, Oklahoma, I am not Mr. Needham. I am T.N. Needham's boy. And no matter how old I am or no matter how long I've been gone, anybody that remembers. That being said, he bought into athletics. He was superintendent at Canadian schools for 31 years. And he was a avid athletic supporter, an avid athletic fan. And if you were at a game during the time that he was here, then you saw that he was there. So the awards tonight are for, I want to say, the constants. They're the kids that the team, the school, all the athletic department could depend on. It's a hard choice and a hard selection because you can't give one to or two or three to everybody. But we select a girl and a boy, but tonight we've selected a boy and two girls. And it is, again, for the constant, for those people that are always there in support of the athletic programs. He knew what successful athletic programs mean to the school system, what successful athletic programs mean to the classroom, what successful athletic programs mean to the community. Maybe someday, Rowdy, I'll learn that, but he knew that, okay? Tonight, I'll call all three of these people up and present them individually, and then if you want, and I'll say this for the night, if you have a video going, of course. We are the live stream capital of the world, I think. And just saying that, by the way, I can't get off here without throwing somebody under the bus. Okay? So if you haven't listened and watched the finals of the regionals at Warner, Oklahoma, and the last shot of the girls' game, Blake, would you stand up, please? If you haven't watched and listened to Blake Yarborough, you haven't lived. I'm just telling you. Great job, Blake. Where's Gracie at? Finley. Oh, hey, look. I watched it several times, but it wasn't to watch the shot. I'm just telling you. Anyway, tonight, in recognition of those constants for us, those constants that we love and can depend on, I will, in no particular order, I will start with Carly Fuel. Carly, would you come forward, please? Stand right there. We'll get all three of them. The boy award goes to Adam Johnson. Congratulations, Adam. I've enjoyed this. And over here by Carly. And the last, Blake, you want to call it? Gracie Penley. One more, guys, our constants. Thank you. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Most important part. There's a $100 bill in each one of these. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. And I'm going to go first with cross country. So if you were a cross country runner, would you please come on down? You're out there somewhere. We've got Faith Blackwell, Riley Bacon, Bryn Sermont, Becca Bunch, Gracie Penley, Preston Holmes, Ian Scott, Trey Harjo, Jacob Blackwell, Jackson Hudson, and Logan Grady were our runners this year. Barely is all we need. So, as most of you know, we weren't even sure if we were going to get to have a cross-country season. Luckily, we did. And I think we had a pretty good season this year. We had both of our boys and girls team qualify for state. And that's the first time we've had a boys and girls team together qualify in about at least 10 years. And so, that being said, our MVP for the girls team is Faith Blackwell. Look, you got your own picture. Turn it around. And our MVP for the boys team is Ian Scott. They worked really hard this year, and we were very proud of every one of them. And we also appreciate Gracie, who stepped up so that we could have a team for regionals and state. So, thank you. then I'm also going to do track. So if you were on the track team, and that is Faith Blackwell, Riley Bacon, Bryn Sermont, Amasa Spring, and Becca Bunch. And then the boys team is Ian Scott, Trey Harjo, Preston Holmes, Jackson Hudson, Jacob Blackwell, AJ Fisher, Logan Grady, and Alan Miller. Just want to say that we were really proud of the girls and boys this year. We had some new ones come in and do a really good job. They worked really hard through the season. It's a pretty short season, but they worked really hard. We had the following people qualified for the state meet. The boys 4x800 relay, Ian in the mile and 2 mile, Faith in the 2 mile, and Becca Bunch in the discus. And then most of you probably already know, but Becca Bunch was the state champion in the discus for all of 2A. And Ian Scott was 4th in the 2 mile run and the mile run. And then our relay, they qualified, I think, around 9th, and they finished 8th at the state meet against 16 other teams. So about halfway through the middle, and they did a good job. Hopefully we can improve on that next year. And our MVP for the girls is Becca Bunch. And for the boys team is Ian Scott. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just looking to see what sport I'm doing right now. Looks like I'm doing softball, fast pitch and slow pitch first. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. It has been a heck of a year, that is for sure. So just super thankful to be here tonight. Glad to see all of you guys as well. Before I forget, Mrs. Ledford just told me to make sure the seniors know that your collages have been ordered, your picture collages, but they are just not in yet. So anyway, go ahead and, if you can, come up, softball players, all of you that played fast pitch and slow pitch. There's a whole bunch. What do y'all think on the stage? Can we all fit?
Yeah, come on this side,
Right
please.
there. I'm not sure who some of these people are because I never see them like this, so they look a little different, not in their uniforms. Anyway, I'm going to start with the Fast Pitch Awards. Fast Pitch this year, we were 23-7, qualified for the state tournament. Anyway, had a really good year. We'll start with the Offensive Player of the Year. This is kind of a big deal for a freshman to win this award, but our Offensive Player of the Year goes to Ava Scott with a batting average of .391. And then we'll do Defensive Player of the Year. So our Infield Defensive Player of the Year, who is also signed to go play at Connors State, goes to third baseman Gracie Britton with a fielding percentage of 947 and batting 309. Next up is outfield defensive player of the year, and that goes to another freshman, Riley Bacon, with fielding at 902 and batting average of 365. So then we've got newcomer of the year. We were pretty lucky. I was pretty lucky this year to start several freshmen. So future looks bright. Newcomer of the year goes to, I have no idea who Peyton Bryan is, but I do know who Leroy is. So that's who that goes to. Leroy was one of those players that she played outfield one game and then would come in and catch one game and did a great job everywhere. Next, we've got our pitcher of the year, who threw pretty much every game, every inning. I think I gave her a few innings of relief, but pitched us to the state tournament, so I couldn't be more proud of her, and pitched us to the state tournament with a pretty major injury as well. So mostly proud of that. So that goes to Kira Metters. And then our last one for fast pitch is MVP. Anyway, this kid is also going to play softball at Connors State on a softball scholarship. Did a great job. The best defensive first baseman that I've not only ever coached, but that I've ever seen play. If you've never got a chance to watch Carly Fuel play first base, then you've really missed out, even though a few years ago I told her, how hard is it to play first base? All you got to do is stand there and catch the ball. But that was one of the times that I was mad at Carly Fuel, which only happened once in her whole career. So anyway, the MVP goes to Carly Fuel with a fielding average of 975 and batting average of 384. Slow pitch. So, slow pitch. This was a crazy season. So, slow pitch, we went 25-3, where we went on a 23-game winning streak at one point during the season, had a really good season and was rolling and playing really well. And then the last day, we didn't play very well. Lost 2 of those games of our 3 losses. But, you know, the sun came up the next day, and we kind of all learned a lot this year that life goes on. So, anyway, it doesn't take away from the fact that we had a really, really great season. So, slow pitch, we'll start with offensive player of the year. This kid just, crushed the ball this year. We had a few that had a good season, but again, I don't know who Jocelyn Williams is, but I do know who Juice is. She had 17 home runs, 54 RBIs, and really came up big for us when we needed her. So that Offensive Player of the Year goes to Juice. Outfield Defensive Player of the Year. Outfield Defensive Player of the Year goes to a senior that is going to play college softball at Eastern next year. Does a great job in the outfield for us and really tracks the ball down and does a great job, has a great arm, and is going to go do big things at Eastern next year. And her fielding percentage was 972, and that goes to Jaylee Burris. Infield Defensive Player of the Year goes to that first baseman I was talking about a second ago, Carly Fuel, with a fielding average of 987. Newcomer of the Year goes to our freshman shortstop, who, whenever we're playing other teams and they ask about my shortstop, they can't believe that she is just a freshman and doesn't spend every weekend on a softball field because she's just that naturally smooth at shortstop. So she does a great job for us, and very excited that she is just a freshman. So that goes to Ava Scott. And then we've got Pitcher of the Year, and a lot of people don't realize that in slow pitch, Pitcher of the Year, you know, when you're watching a slow pitch game, it looks so easy. Good pitchers make it look so easy, but I promise you it's not very easy at all. So our pitcher, we're really lucky that she does such a great job, and Coach Bacon does a great job working with her pitching. There's not a whole lot of high school pitchers that can throw a few different pitchers in slow pitch, but I'm lucky that I have one of those pitchers, and that goes to Jordan Otterlifter. And then the last softball award is our MVP award, and this kid started 4 years at third base. Again, going to Connors to play softball, fielding percentage at .908, batting was .542, and by far has the best arm that I have seen and makes it look really, really easy, just something you can't coach. And that goes to MVP Gracie Britton. Thank you. We're going to come back and do that.
Basketball guys, can you come up, please? While they're coming up, there's a few people I'd like to thank. First, I'd like to thank all the parents for your support and for raising some great kids. These are as fine a young men as I've ever had the chance to be around. I'd like to thank our administration, Miss Fulton. I'd like to thank Miss Fulton. She's the one that did all of the road work and the behind-the-scenes work and getting our huddle camera, our live stream camera up and going. And that was a huge help for us this year. Mr. Yarbrough, thank you for live streaming all the games. Rowdy, thanks for the announcement and the great job you did there. Sally Walker, Alicia Dixon, Miss Penley filled in some, keeping the scorebook, appreciate that. And Susan Ledford, thank you for all the pictures that you've taken this year. That's really neat to go back and look at, and we really appreciate that. Guys, this was a tough year. You know, with COVID and not knowing when you was going to play, if you was going to play, the first time that we took the floor as a team was in a real game. You know, we got 0 scrimmages. You know, so we had to kind of work out the kinks on the fly, and it was tough. But these guys never wavered. They came to work every day, and like I said, they were just really, really fun for me to be around. And you can't say that every year as a coach, you know. But I can honestly say that I enjoyed coming to work with these guys every day. And it's hard. It's hard to keep your focus every day, not knowing if you're going to have a game this week or not, you know, and knowing that you got to come to practice every day and you got to work hard. And on Friday night, we may get to play, we may not get to play. Guys, we had games canceled this year when we were getting on the bus to leave, you know, and that was tough. But again, the guys did a really good job, you know. These award banquets, uh, there's, they're great. But, you know, there's people that always get left out. You know, we work really hard every day in practice, you know, and not everybody's going to get an award. For example, Ethan Frazier was our leading scorer this year, okay? But A.J. Fisher guarded the dog out of him every day in practice, and he don't get near as good as what he got if A.J. doesn't do his job in practice, you know. But on the other hand, you know, we've got some people here that had some really good accomplishments this year, and we need to recognize that. So we're going to get to it. First was our top three-point shooter, goes to Jacob Yandell. Jake? Next, our top field goal percentage is Adam Johnson. Adam? Like I said, Ethan was our leading scorer, and he was also our leading rebounder. Our defensive player of the year goes to Lane Shows. Our assist leader was Preston Holmes. And our sixth man of the year goes to Gabe Hamilton. Our manager of the year is not here today, T.R. Meeker. T.R. will be our manager of the year. Thank y'all.
Cheerleaders, if y'all can make y'all's way up here. Shh. These girls, like the basketball team, also didn't have a regular season. There's a lot of games, only 6 could go, 8 could go. Some games they had to wear masks. I don't know if y'all have tried to yell in masks, but it's not easy. So I just want to recognize all of them and give out a few awards. Mia Keeter, Carson Morris, Mabry Morris, Kylie Zizley, Jaylee Pinkley, Ella Watson, and then we have Grace Riley as Miss Congeniality. Dally Bryce as Best All Around, Carissa Reynolds, Most Spirited, and Rebecca Walker as our MVP. Thank you. Okay, so I'm back for basketball. So basketball girls, if you can come up here. Coach Walden, thanks for leaving your paper. It was very good. I'm just going to repeat it if that's okay. Exactly what you said, word for word. It was very good. I liked it very much. Okay, so basketball. Like Coach Walden said, it was a really different kind of year, but everybody showed up every day, worked hard. We really had a good season, made it to the area tournament. Can't quite get over that hump, but we also won the Mounds tournament again this year, which was a good run for us. I'm really, really proud of this group of girls. Fun group to coach, and just super excited for the future with all the girls coming back. So, offensive, I'm going to miss you, Gracie. Offensive Player of the Year this year goes to Riley Walters. I heard that. Riley averaged 12 points a game for us. Defensive Player of the Year this year. And I did not throw a Sharpie at you this year, so that's good. That was last year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Carly Fuel. Our Rebound Leader of the Year with almost 9 rebounds a game goes to Riley Walters. Our assist leader, again, I didn't throw a Sharpie at you this year. An assist leader is Carly Fuel with 3 assists a game. Our steals leader is Ava Scott. Our clutch shooter, Blake. Thank you, Gracie Finley. And thank the Lord, this girl's a freshman. My MVP, and hopefully the next few years you guys have a chance to be in the stands to not only watch her, but this entire group of, I guess now sophomores play, because they're a special group, and she does a great job, and I'm excited for her in the future. It's going to be pretty exciting. I have a feeling that her and the rest of these are going to get us over that area hump that I just talked about. So MVP goes to Ava Scott. I'm supposed to tell everybody to leave but myself?
I'm so sorry for her. Anyways, on behalf, is Coach Moore here? Coach Moore, will you come down here? Okay, that's great. On behalf of the seniors, Gracie Morgan, Gracie Jocelyn, Gracie Bailey, myself, we want to thank you guys for all that you've done for us over the years, all 3 of you. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet, so we have a little present for you all that we'd like to recognize you with. But the other 2 are down there. Now, next to punch you right in the face.
I'm going to start with my girls team first. Tatum Barrett, Cambry McCoy, Maggie Murphy, Emma Roach, and Brenna Rodden. If you would have told me at the beginning of the golf season, we can start March the 1st. So on March the 1st, if you would have told me that we would have ended up in the state tournament, I would have probably bet everything, what little I have, and would have lost it all, because these girls put in the time and the effort, the dedication, and made it to the state tournament. So I'm extremely proud of them. I've been I've been doing this off and on for many, many years at different schools, and this group is my proudest group because of the things that they achieve. To the parents and the supporters and everybody that allows us to have a golf program, we thank you. Special thanks to the Oktaha Education Foundation. They made sure we looked good, gave us new bags, you know, shirts, hoodies, tried to keep us as warm as they could, and we're very appreciative of that. Kind of a little side note, of course, I'm so old, a lot of you don't know my spiel or hear this story every year, but I always used to gripe about how that, you know, it's always, people are giving me a hard time. Yeah, you coach golf. That's really a hard job. Yeah. So the other part of that is it's usually cold and rainy. And I always said in these speeches, I've never played in the snow. All right, I want you all that have played in the snow this season to raise your hand. It happened this year. It happened this year. And they didn't gripe to me. They may have griped to themselves and kind of wondered, you know, what we're doing out here at this point in time, because I had that thought too, because it's snowing and I could see it coming across the golf course, and she's getting ready to putt. And I'm thinking, Maggie, you better hurry up because it's getting ready to get more difficult for you to make this putt. And about that time, little sleet pellets just fell and covered the green. And, of course, it was gone in about 5 minutes. But that was a first for us. Our first award here, and these girls couldn't agree on an MVP, so I didn't do an MVP. I let them decide. My first, I say my award, it's the award that's based upon performance. And our lowest scoring average was Brenna Rodden. The girls voted Emma Roach as our most improved. We've got 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores. We're looking for a lot more out of these girls. We will get better. We're going to make sure that we do that. And like I said, it's something that we're going to work real hard for. All right, thank you, girls. Boys, Peyton Capps, Bryn Dunlap. I'm gonna brag on this guy for a little bit here. He's fun to watch. If you get the time, you know, you need to come watch him because he's a very talented individual. He can do it all except the easy thing. He's got to work on his putt. That's what he's got to work on. Okay? He's got all the hard stuff down. You know, he can fade it, he can move it, he can draw it, he can hit it high, he can hit it low. He can do it all. But that's our goal, to get better, and it's something that in order for him to get a state championship, that's one of the things that we've got to improve on. Bryn, this year, the association allows us to play 9 tournaments a year. Bryn placed in the top 10 in all 10 of his tournaments. He was the champion at the Sepulpa tournament. He was the champion at the Oologah tournament. He was the champion at our qualifying tournament. He was the regional champion, and he placed 3rd in the state at our state tournament. Our lowest scoring average and MVP is Bryn Dunlap. Thank you.
Now for the baseball awards. Um, you know, all you baseball players, come on down. And you live and you learn, too. I see you guys have broke protocol with your chairs here. We're going to have to, this probably needs to be in front, you think, so we can all face forward. So, first time for everything. So, all right, these young men you see up here right now have been pretty special to me. All year long, fall, spring, same type of thing. We've talked about it all night long, was the COVID, and we got shut down for 2 weeks in the fall. Loaded the bus. The day we got back, went to the Eastern Tournament and played Worcester, which was a state finalist this spring. Got our teeth kicked in, got on the bus, came back home. I said, guys, that's what happens when you don't get on the field for 14 days. And we kind of learned from it from there. I think we did nothing but grow from that day. And it was one of those days that, it was pretty tough. And but, man, they bounced back, and we talked about it, and we learned from it. So, no harm done. But these guys did a lot for us in the fall. State quarterfinals in the fall. Got beat by the state champion first round, 3-0. Got beat earlier in the year by the state champion 2-1 at UCO. Can't say enough about the progress we've made. As far as our numbers go, phenomenal turnaround. Me and Coach Thomas were looking at it the other day, and just from a batting average standpoint, from runs scored to a team average, from the fall to the spring, phenomenal job. Just a testament to what these guys did in the offseason to get better, for this run we just made, last weekend. So, and unfortunately it didn't go the way we wanted to. We got beat by Silo, again, the eventual state champion. We ran into a good arm. And we had the conversation after the game, if we want to win it in the fall and the spring next year, because everyone you see up here right now, they're going to be back next year. There's no seniors up here. So in order for us to accomplish our goals next year in the fall and the spring, we're going to have to beat the arm we just saw on Friday. So, these guys, and I could just see a little bit different demeanor in the huddle after that game. I feel like they're up for the challenge. So that's the goal. So we're going to try to bring one back to Oktaha. Now, there are a few awards I want to give out, and I hate individual awards. I mean, we kind of laugh about it, when I was talking to Miss Fulton and I was talking to Kat, and, they said, when are you going to get, I said, I don't want to give an individual award. I think they're, we don't do anything without all these guys. So it's really tough for me as a coach and Coach Thomas, and for us to decide on certain guys for different things in what we're doing. The first award I want to give out is our Tiger Award. This goes to the guy that just does everything. I'm talking without being told. I don't have to tell him to do anything. He'll run over the bus barn and grab 6 cases of water and bring them back and get them on the bus, and I don't have to worry about that stuff. He grabs the pitch counter out of my bag every game. I don't have to worry about it, except for the state semifinal game this year. He lost the pitch counter, and I didn't know it. So, and he's not up here. He lives across the street, and he can't make it tonight. So, the Tiger Award goes to Hunter Shook. The next award goes to another freshman. He stepped in and did a really good job for us. A little learning curve in the fall. He kind of, made some adjustments and did some things. And then this spring, had a really good spring for us. Did a lot of good things for us. He was a utility guy. I could put him in the outfield. I could put him in the infield, depending on who's pitching. Left field, right field, second base, third base. I think he played a little bit of all of it. He'd have probably even caught, and he even pitched a little bit one game. So the Rookie of the Year goes to Kipton Christian. The next award, I've got a couple of Gold Glove awards I'm going to give out. The Gold Glove Infield Award goes to a guy, we got in the fall, and we're really glad we got him. Vian wasn't very happy, but we're we stole him, and, this guy, he does some really good things, on the infield for us and pitches for us, and, I look for big things out of him next year. Gold Glove Infield Award goes to Gabe Hamilton. The Outfield Gold Glove Award goes to James Wilson. He's not here tonight, but, if you've ever watched James play, he can go get it. He's really fun to watch in the outfield, makes some really spectacular plays, and, James did a really good job for us in the fall and the spring this year. The next award is the Pitcher of the Year Award. Of course, most of you guys probably know who this is. This cat gets after it every time out. He draws the big starts every time we play somebody good. He's on the mound, and, he's done a phenomenal job for us, and I really looked for big things out of him his senior year. So Pitcher of the Year goes to Jacob Blackwell. And this other award, we've talked about it. I don't have an MVP. Like I said, we're not giving an MVP because, one guy's just as important as the next. And that, we're only as good as the guy standing next to you, and that's kind of our motto. So, but I had, we were kicking around some of the stats and pulling them up from the fall and the spring and averaging everything. And it was the craziest thing, I think, in 24 years of coaching that I've seen, when I pull up stats and things like that. I had 4 guys that were within a point or two on their batting average, a point or two on RBIs, a point or two on hits, runs scored. It was crazy how close the numbers were. So if this guy was leading in batting average, this guy was leading in RBIs. If this guy was leading in runs scored, this guy, So there was 4 different guys that I really couldn't decide on giving Offensive Player of the Year, because we really didn't have that guy to stand out. It was about 4 of them that really stood out. So my first Offensive Player of the Year is a junior. Of course, all of them are going to be back. Tucker Christian. And Tucker manned about every inning behind the plate, other than a few when Brody stepped in and filled in when Tucker pitched a little bit. But, he called every pitch for himself, for our team, for our staff. And that's saying a lot, too. I haven't really done that. In the past, I've called pitches, and, we wear armbands and do all that Little League stuff that Coach Holmes does. But we try... we tried to speed the game up, so what we did was I said, hey, you got it. The pitchers, you get a feel. I want you to throw kind of what you think you want to throw in that situation. And he came a long way with his pitch calling, and just, he's a student of the game. And, I can't say enough about Tuck and what he did behind the plate for us. The next Offensive Player of the Year, he went everywhere from 7 to 2 to, ended up leading off for us at the end of the year. This guy's kind of the same thing. Utility guy, plays outfield, moves in to play the infield a little bit. He'll, go to the mound some, but did a really good job for us at the plate as well. He was one of our leaders with 62 hits on the year, which is pretty phenomenal when you think about it. I think he was over 50 RBIs as well, so in the leadoff spot, that's saying quite a bit. Mason Ledford. The next one, Offensive Player of the Year, goes to a guy that played third base. And again, if you've watched him play, he's not flashy. He's not, one of those guys that's going to wow you, but he makes every play. It's phenomenal. Well, they say he's not athletic, but I kind of beg to differ, because if you hit it his way, he's going to make a play. And probably the truest arm across the infield, that I've seen at the plate. I got to get on him a little bit for spinning a lot. But, other than that, Tyler Allen does a really good job for us as well. So Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tyler Allen. And our last Offensive Player of the Year, like I said, those four guys that led us in every category, a guy that really worked hard in the offseason. You know, you could tell he really dedicated himself to getting better. You know, he was kind of a spot starter here and there, and he's just a sophomore, so I expect really good things out of him in the future. You know, with his work ethic and the way he went about his business in the offseason to get ready, he was a different player in the spring, you know. And I think he played every inning in the spring, whereas he DH'd a lot in the fall. He could swing the bat, but the defense wasn't quite there, and he really made some strides defensively. So our Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brody Sermont. All right, you guys can go down. Yeah, let me get. There's another recognition award that we want to give out. Rowdy Fuel, could you come up here, please? I tell you, Rowdy's one of those guys that you guys see him. You guys see him, you know, in the gym, at the field. He's not very fond of his picture, but, you know, I just want to bring him up and, you know, all the things that he does for us here at the school. I mean, from, you know, if we've got a playoff tournament here, a regional tournament, you know, he doesn't even have a boy playing. But he'll call me, hey, you need anything, just holler at me. You know, if you need a pump, you need me to come up and squeegee water, whatever you need to do, he's in. So Rowdy's one of those guys that you don't have to, you know, you don't have to worry that he's got your back and he'll help do whatever needs to be done. If I say, hey, Rowdy, can you go sweep the lobby? He's going to go sweep the lobby. I mean, that's just the type of guy he is. So just wanted to recognize him for his service to our school. And, you know, I talked to Mr. Needham here, a month or so ago, and I said, I don't care. We're going to pay this guy to announce our basketball game. So I don't care what we got to pay him. We're going to make it happen. So he goes, well, what do you think? I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to talk to him, and he's going to do it regardless of what we pay him. So, but we appreciate you, Rowdy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys, come on up. We have some special senior awards, some senior recognition awards, some replica jerseys that we want to give out. So I'll let Coach Holmes give hers out first, and then we'll just go right down the row here.
Well, my first senior goes to Carly Fuel. Carly's my only senior that plays softball and basketball, so she gets two. Next is Morgan Newman. You know, she just got off of work. And then next, we got that clutch shooter, number 22, Gracie Penley. And since I'm here, I'll go ahead and do softball. Number 5, Gracie Britton. Number 20, Juice. And number 6, Jaylee Burris. And while Jaylee's walking up here, I just want to say something about this group of seniors. They all 6 have been just super great people to coach, super proud of them. But it's really rare that on a softball team, all 4, or really any amount of seniors, but all 4 of my seniors that are graduating I've had since first grade. And so that's probably something that I'm more proud of than any wins or losses or state tournament appearances. It's just having kids that I can remember teaching them how to jump rope, or watching them play on the playground in first grade, or playing on a scooter in PE. So it's just so much more than just winning games, you know. And so obviously I've had Morgan all that time as well, and then luckily Gracie came in junior high to kind of round out this group. But super thankful for this group of seniors.
Ethan Frazier. Lane Shows. Jacob Yandale. Ian Scott. And Adam Johnson.
And I kind of felt bad for Coach Walden because he didn't have an assistant, so I told him I'd help him out tonight. But we took care of that the other day, so he'll have an assistant next year. So. And now for the male and female athlete of the year. The female athlete of the year goes to Carly Fuel. And the male athlete of the year goes to Jacob Blackwell. Again, you guys give yourself a round of applause for the young athletes that you guys have raised. We appreciate it. And that'll conclude our ceremony. So thank you guys for coming out, and Be safe on the way home.